100, first round of the 1500. Your thoughts on that one?
Pretty much everyone got in that should have. There was a couple weird moments, like Lewandowski fell, but he got in. I think he advanced by being tripped. Josh Kerr kind of was a little shaky, but obviously Cherio and Ingebrigtsen, they're fine. They're gonna sleepwalk through these 2 rounds, and they're obviously the heavy
Yeah.
1-2 favorites. But that spot for third is a toss up. You could there's just so many different guys. The two Americans, Hawker and Centro. Kerr can do it. Whiteman could do it. Lewandowski. I could go down and down the list.
McSwain.
McSwain. Yeah. Oliver Hoare. You can just keep going and find all these guys who you like. Yeah, you have a perfect day. You can finish third behind the top two. And I think obviously interesting seeing Nick Willis make the second round. He barely got into the first round with the world ranking. He was the last one in. They had to adjust one of his races, so it kind of increased his odds to get in. But Nick Willis finding a way to get through the first round. If Nick Willis makes the final, that would be incredible. How old is he now? How old is Nick Willis?
He's older than I am.
Is he 30? He's older than you. 38?
Which is incredible. Yeah, 38.
38. So
not much
incredible.
older than I am. I said that with such confidence, and he's not much older than I am. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I thought Hawker looked real poised and doesn't show any signs of running out of gas. Central ran with a lot of confidence up front. He looks like his close is there. The thing is this is just building to that predictable final that we know how that first 800 of the finals, like Chariot's going to take it out. And there might be someone who goes with them because McSwain likes to push the pace and he's another contender. There's other guys in here who are okay. Oliver Hoare has been good pushing this, but we know it's going to be a fast one, right? It might be one of the faster championship 1500s we ever see, just because of, if the weather cooperates, just because of the people that are involved here. Lewandowski gets through after falling, though. He got reinstated. Yeah. That was almost a disaster for him. Jogs through, so he saved his legs a little bit for the next round. But yeah, it's gonna be a dogfight for the spots in the final, just because we talked about it before. We're like, Norway's got a solid team, UK's got a solid team, Australia's got a solid team, the US has a solid team, Kenya has a solid team, and on and on and on and on and on. One bit of news for the Americans: we found out right before the race that Nagus scratched with an injury that he picked up over there in Tokyo.
Yeah, and the coach came out, Carlson, saying like they were trying everything they do to get him ready, and they didn't know for sure that he wasn't able to sprint until the warm-up. I think they were trying to just kind of cross-training and kind of rehabbing it throughout all of the past 2 to 3 weeks. And then push came to shove. The moment you had to decide on race day, it didn't work. So obviously people will be like, hey, if you were hurt, you should have let Craig Engels in. Yes, I can understand that argument. Craig Engels is probably like, what the hell? I was ready. I could have gone, put me on a flight. But I think Nagus, the way he looked at his injury, was that it wasn't a hang up, the cleats were done injury. It was like, let's see, maybe it'll be fine if we just have another 2 weeks, and then we'll be good to go on August 3rd. But it didn't happen. So. And Nagus is given the benefit of doubt. When you finish top 3, you're allowed to do these types of things. Yeah. You're allowed to wait to the last moment. You don't have to force yourself to run injured, and you also don't have to force yourself to scratch early because you think you might not be ready. So,
yeah. Do you know who would make that same call? Literally every person, if they qualified for the Olympics. Because if you even have a fraction of a chance to get healthy on the line, you're going to give it a shot. And that's what he did. And we've seen this in past Olympics too, where people drop out of the race and then talk about how they were injured. Well, why did they do that? Why did they take a spot? Because if you think you could do it, you're not going to pass up the opportunity, and you earn that spot at trials. Yeah. Now, it's one thing if you're just clearly, like if you have a stress fracture 3 weeks out and you can't even move, that's different. But if there's even a tiny, tiny, tiny possibility that you can run, you're going to do it because these opportunities are not guaranteed. Let's go now to the field events. Gordon.